class of 2013, Kuegler.
As an elementary school student, I couldn't wait to see the school bus coming down the road to pick me up each morning. As I grew and found myself rushing out the door while trying to eat breakfast, my feelings towards the school bus began to change. As I began driving, my relationship with the school bus worsened yet again, because seeing the school bus coming down the road each morning meant that I would have to speed to the end of the driveway to avoid being stuck behind it all the way to school. Earlier this spring, as I was driving home from school one day, I found myself stuck behind a school bus, and with a high degree of frustration, realized that I would be stuck behind it all the way home. As cars pulled off the road onto side streets and driveways, the line behind the bus became shorter and shorter until there was just one car separating me from the bus. As the bus approached the next stop, its lights began flashing yellow and then turned to red. The stop sign unfolded, the door popped open, and a girl that was about 5 years old bounced off the bus into the arms of her father, who was waiting at the end of the driveway. At that moment, my frustration went away, and I couldn't help but smile, because it does not seem so long ago that it was us, those children, bouncing off the bus into our parents' arms. With this perspective in mind, I welcome Dr. Gilmore and the Board of Education, who have led our district through good times and bad. Our parents and families who lovingly put us on those buses every morning growing up. Our teachers, administrators, staff, and faculty who have always welcomed us at the other end of the bus route with open arms, and of course my fellow classmates who let me share a seat every now and then. Welcome one and all. The past 4 years have been an anthology of stories. Stories of compassion, of teamwork, of good times, and of hard times. There have been stories of hard work and perseverance, and tonight, the anthology of the class of 2013 ends with a triumphant story of success. I cannot begin to tell you how honored I am to have this opportunity to share my reflection of our time here together. We are a class that has achieved and experienced so much. But what makes us unique? What will we be remembered for? And what should make us proud about what we've done at Watertown High School? My friends, to me, we've answered these questions through actions of integrity and genuine compassion. We've answered them when our actions truly counted, and we've answered them from the heart. It is no secret that amidst all the joy and excitement of our senior year, we have followed closely as tragedy has hit close to home. In December, our neighbors just 3 towns away experienced a shooting that shook our entire nation. In April, our friends just a couple hours to the north in Boston experienced an attack in the form of a bombing at a race where members of our class were in attendance. But in these times of need, and even when thousands of miles separated our school from the stricken area, as was the case with the recent Oklahoma tornadoes, the students of this class responded by asking 3 timely and extremely compassionate questions. How can we help? How can we pay tribute? And how can we make sure we never forget? Students raised over $800 to send to the victims of Sandy Hook, and just recently, athletes on the swim team invited the community to swim laps for the victims of Oklahoma. So when our small town experienced a tragedy of its own, and the loss of a beloved, caring, inspirational educator, Madame Miller, our students knew exactly how to act. We remembered how lucky we are to have people like Madame in our lives. We paid tribute to her, and using our nation as a model, we emerged stronger than before. And after it was all said and done, even those students that knew her best were touched by her the most profoundly, and as a result missed her the most, found some way to smile because they knew that was what she would have wanted. Now as we gather in this building for the final time as members of the student body, We find ourselves wondering how we will use this strength that we've gained and the tools that we've been given to help us to be successful in our future endeavors. For me, it comes down to motivation. As a student at Watertown High School, I've learned that having a goal and finding something you love will motivate you as much on the bad days as it will on the good days. There will be times when the pursuit of what you love will bring you through hard times. There will be days when you are tired and times when it will feel difficult to continue. But knowing that you are striving to do something you love will be your motivation. It will be what pulls you through and gives you the will to carry on. It will be what puts that smile on your face. When people find out that I plan on majoring in political science and someday attending law school, the response to me is often somewhere along the lines of, "Oh, so you want to be president of the United States?" Quite honestly, I've set my sights on a more important position than that. Because someday, I'd like to be as good of a parent to my children as my parents have been to my brother and me. To do the job as well as they have may be even harder than becoming I cannot imagine where I would be without my mom teaching me that the world was my stage, and my dad teaching me that you don't have to agree with everything that someone says in order to accept them as a person. I would also not be the person I am today without my brother Zachary, who paved the way for me and has always led by example. In a recent conversation, Richard DeFederico, one of my Boy Scout leaders, and the grandfather of graduating senior Amanda DeFederico, summed up the meaning of family best when he told me, "Adam, when it comes down to it, our families are the only real friends we have." What I took from this was simple. We will achieve great things in our lives. We may even move mountains. As we go through the different stages of our lives, the friends that we hold so near and dear to our hearts may also change, but our family will always be constant. As we move through our lives, it is important to never substitute any lesser achievement or goal for the duty of sharing love with those who love us. From my family, I have received my love of life, strength and wisdom, and above all, a faith in God. My family has taught me that life can be very simple if you could focus on the important things: love, friends, family, faith, and yes, the smile that each one will put on your face. You see, the most important lesson that I've learned throughout my time at Watertown High School was not from a textbook. I'm sorry, Mr. Hennessy, but even as a political science major, it was not from my AP government class. Simply put, it was how to live in the moment, how to believe in the happiness of today, and how to smile when it wasn't just for a camera. So tonight, my friends, the family that the class of 2013 has become will depart from the place that has played a large role in shaping us into who we are. This commencement marks a time of mixed feelings, excitement, fulfillment, and pride because of what we have accomplished, and sadness for what we are leaving behind. But I think A.A. Milne, the author of the Winnie the Pooh books, put it best when he pondered, "How lucky am I to have something that makes saying goodbye so sad." So tonight, I know that we will again find a way to smile, because with respect to this quote, we are truly lucky. As we look towards the future, I sincerely hope that you will be lucky enough to have many more experiences that are as hard to part with as the one we part with tonight. Class of 2013, as these experiences come along, I hope that you can always let the success you achieve be measured by the integrity of the smile on your face. Thank you.